What up, everybody?
Hey, how you
Hey man, how
doing?
you doing?
I'm good. I just got great news. We're gonna world premiere something with you guys.
Oh,
Really?
awesome.
What are we gonna do?
I don't know.
Hey George, welcome to our world. We're the last people to know anything around here, and now you know. So man, I was a little freaked out. It's amazing how time flies. It's been. I was like, okay, Dustin Lynch has been on the scene for a couple of years. We're talking 10 years and 5 albums later. Now it's turned into quite the boom. This whole career thing. What's something that you would say with what you know and what you've been through? What you know now that you would say to Dustin Lynch in 2012?
Oh man, a lot. I would say a lot. Probably trust your gut a lot more than early me did, just because I think as younger artists, we second guess. We still second guess everything, but at this stage in the game. But yeah, as a young artist, you're second guessing everything and scared to death that even after a little bit of success, you're going to not be able to do it again. But just trust your gut and trust the process and have fun while you're doing it.
Was there a lot of saying yes to things early on that you sort of went, I really don't want to do this or I shouldn't do this, but you did it anyway out of that fear?
Oh, for sure. You got to say yes a lot, though. That's one thing I think is have fun. Remember what you signed up for. Remember what the end goal is. For me, that's to hopefully get as many eyes and ears on my music as possible, because that's why I make it. I want people to enjoy it and do life to it.
Well, yeah, and with success comes the ability to say no a little bit more, I guess. And speaking of success, I mean, we just love thinking about you with Mackenzie Porter. That's another thing you kind of went on gut instinct. Tell us how the process was of picking her for that. She's wonderful, and I found that very interesting.
Yeah, so we were looking to release "Think About You" as a single. I had just a very strong feeling that this song was special and was going to be a big one for us. But we needed an artist to sing on it that could release it in a certain window of time to make sense for when I needed my next single to come out. And so we submitted to all the teams we knew in Nashville, the music community, and said, hey, if you're an artist and want to sing on "Think About You" and can release it, email this link with your version. So essentially just blind auditions. I had my team remove all the names from those submissions, and then I got the folder with just numbers. And so I didn't know who was who, and I didn't want to be persuaded by if I knew the name or not. And I kept coming back to this one version, and it was Mackenzie.
How many voices are we talking about? So, like, what number was Mackenzie?
I don't remember what number she was, believe it or not. I need to dig through Dropbox to see if I can find that link again. But the first listen down, I knew by like her second line, I was like, "Whoa, this is a special tone. It's not something you can learn. It's just kind of how she's made and built, and her, all that goes into the voice." And then whenever she started soaring in the chorus and hitting all those big notes just effortlessly, it was a no-brainer for me. It literally gave me chill bumps the first time I heard her version.
Well, and it's got to be a huge kick in the career pants for her. I mean, I assume when you go out on the road this spring and this summer, she's probably going to be not only, a feature on the opening act, but also come back to sing the song with you, right?
I would love nothing more than to tour with Mackenzie. She's out right now with Walker Hayes, and I'm jealous because she's getting to perform the song. We're stuck at home still in rehearsals. We're announcing a tour called the Party Mode Tour that's going to kick off April 1st. And it's going to be pretty much every weekend all year long. So we're going to be playing a lot of shows, but it's going to be a minute until we get to play them. So she's out there getting to sing in front of all these big crowds with Walker, and she's videoing "Thinking About You," and I'm loving the reaction I'm seeing right now.
Speaking of new women in your life, we came across a story, I guess it was 1 or 2 weeks ago, talking about how your current squeeze came into your life. This can't be true. So you, Dustin Lynch, big time country music superstar, okay? 5 albums, multi-platinum, #1 songs. You sneak into someone's DMs and just go, hey. And that's how it happens?
Yeah, it has happened like that before. I'm not sure who you're talking about, but yes, that seems to be a way that somebody like myself can meet new people, and I think most people are meeting new people these days. It's no longer you got to go into town and hope to run into somebody at a bar. You can do a little bit of scouting online. So yeah,
A little bit of scouting online.
Yeah, well, you're going to have something else to be able to impress them with. Did I see that you're getting your pilot's license?
I am, yes. So I'll be able to visit a lot more often, you know? But yeah, I am working on my pilot's license. I'm loving that process. It's really turned on a part of my brain that's been in hibernation for a while. So getting to learn a new task, and one that I think obviously is going to continue to be practiced. And that's the one thing about piloting. You just got to keep doing it because it leaves you quick. So a lot of practice.
You don't want that.
You don't
No,
want
no.
that. No.
I've got a ways to go. But my goal is at one point to possibly fly for Dude Air with Dirks and travel around with him. So we'll see how it goes.
Well, that was my next question. Are you going to look to get, I forget what it is, licensed on a jet as opposed to just, Cessna or whatever?
Yeah, right now I'm flying in I started in a Cessna, now I'm in a Cirrus. And I want to continue, my type ratings. And I would love to be able to be checked out in a jet. I think, why not? We're this far along,
I would love to get on a plane one day and hear, I'm your pilot, Dustin Lynch.
Come on. If I'm blessed with more success in my music career, I'll get one big enough to get you guys in it. We can go for a ride.
Now, in addition to the obvious fun of flying, is this something that you've sort of thought down the line, okay, I can get into a rental situation with a couple of other artists or whatever? And I know that I remember when the guys from Rascal Flatts reached a point where they were able to afford to have a plane and they would do the show, get on the plane, fly home, sleep in their own bed, and do things like that. They said it absolutely revolutionized touring for them and added years to their touring life and really was a positive thing on their attitude. Is that something down the line you're thinking about?
For sure, but I've got to be completely honest here. The driving force behind me getting my pilot's license has nothing to do with getting home from concerts. It has everything to do with getting to my farm so I can hunt more. So I've got a couple farms in hard to reach places, and so having a pilot's license where I can fly in, to some general aviation airports and smaller towns is really my driving force behind doing it.
There's a song in there, not friends in low face places, but farms in hard to reach places.
That's right.
There's actually a song in there somewhere. Hey, you've been out on the road with some big names from Florida Georgia Line to Luke Bryan to Brad Paisley to Thomas Rhett. Now you're announcing these tour plans to go out on your own. What is something, or give me 2 or 3 things that you picked up from these artists that you've sort of filed away as, that's how I'm going to do things, or that's how I'm going to do things for my opening acts or whatever. What is something you've learned being on the road with those guys?
I'm glad you said that. Opening acts is just supporting them and making sure they have everything they need, because that can be easily overlooked. And as a young artist, you don't want to come off like a prick and be like, hey, I need this. And so it really does take the headliner from the top down really to make sure everybody knows, look, these guys and girls are out here supporting us. Let's make sure they're as comfortable as possible. And that goes from, the amount of space needed on stage, lighting, the sound, all that stuff, even down to, space backstage. Because some of those arenas we play in outdoor venues, the showers and the dressing rooms, it's not very glamorous. So making sure everybody's comfortable and those types of things, as well as catering, everybody's getting fed right and feel like they're, not eating prison food when we're out there is important too.
That's something we've always said. The big allure is always, I want to go backstage. I want to go backstage. And I have told everyone, it is my fondest wish that everyone at some point in their life get to go backstage and see how no big deal it really is. Because what you have are literally hundreds of people working their tails off so that what you see out front looks good. There's not a whole lot of glamour backstage.
Zero. No, there's very little glamour at all. We've done a good job. Something I learned from Luke is having a vibe room, so there's a room designated to get the vibes right, and usually like some sort of sound system and snacks and a bar set up. So we're able to hang out and take, friends and family and our radio partners like you guys back there for a drink and have fun. And so that's important. But yeah, other than that, it's all work.
Blue in the Sky is the name of the new release, and I'm looking at some of the publicity photos that come out. And of course, every publicity photo I see you has the profile with the cowboy hat. And this is really, when we've talked privately, this is the way I always see you, with a ball cap, denim, flannel. I mean, this is really who you are. Are you able to still go out and have some semblance of anonymity when you look like you do right now?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's still as much as I have, I guess, been on screen wearing my everyday clothes like this. People still really just put me in a cowboy hat, so I'm able to dodge a lot of. I don't mind it at all, but I'm able to get around a lot easier than if I was wearing this, full time. I think on all of our promo pictures and stuff, everybody still, for whatever reason, has me in a cowboy hat in their mind, and that's cool. I mean, I like being able to disappear and have dinner, and kind of be myself off the clock every now and again.
Okay, so very important question here. New year, everybody had resolutions. I'm sure you had a few. Any that you are still sticking with? You've already gotten off of them?
I'm not a huge, all right, it's a new year, we're doing this. One thing I have failed to do is get home yet. I've not gone to see my nephew play any basketball, and that's one thing that I was hoping to get to do more of. But I've got to work on that. I always find some kind of way to get busy, right? Even when I'm off the road here in Nashville, I'm always doing something. So another one of those things I think having a pilot's license will help me out on. It's not too far of a flight down to him and my niece. They're both in school now and playing sports, and I want to make sure I'm home to experience all those firsts. His first basketball game and all that stuff is happening right now. So I think that's important and one that I need to work on. Outside of that, I'm a pretty routine dude. I mean, I'm eating and working out and working on music and working on the farm. That's pretty much life right now.
So you're in real good shape. You keep up with that. What would be your favorite cheat meal?
I don't know about favorite, but my last cheat meal, and this was advertisements in Mexico's fault. We were down in Mexico for Luke Bryan's Crash My Playa, and for whatever reason, they kept broadcasting this stuffed crust Pizza Hut pizza on the TV down there. And I got home, and the first thing I wanted to do was order a stuffed crust Pizza Hut pizza. So I did, and I went full on. I ate the whole damn thing. And it was wonderful. I hadn't had a stuffed crust pizza in probably 15 years. I've had pizza. I love pizza. But for whatever reason, when we're on the road, it's never stuffed crust. So that advertisement paid off, at least for one pie.
Well, no, we were talking about, you were mentioning your niece and your nephew, and they are of school age, obviously, based on what you told us. Have you ever been asked to, I don't know, take Uncle Dustin to school day?
No, I've not got a chance to go to school. I think I would love to do that. I have gone in and I've read a book before to a class. It's fun. I actually get nervous doing stuff like that. I don't get nervous performing music, but being in front of a classroom of kids for whatever reason gets me on edge. But yeah, I would love. Yeah, I would love to go do that one day. I think if the opportunity comes knocking, I'll say yes for sure.
Well, man, looking forward to seeing you real soon. Blue in the Sky will be out before you know it. Got a big tour coming. Thank you so much for spending the time with us, man.
Thank you guys for all the love and support. See you soon.